Hello and welcome everyone to your energy update and forecast. Thank you for being here. This is your October 28th to November 2nd energy update. And one of the big themes and the big presences during this update and this time is the Scorpio energy. We're going to be talking all about it, what it means, how to actually magnify this for deeper intuition and insight. And the big theme with the Scorpio energy is all about going within. But stay to the end because I'm going to do a very powerful activation to help you really go deeper within. I'm going to use some energy clearing tools so that you can get the guidance during this time and also offset what a lot of people may be experiencing with the Mercury retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. We don't want that because it started actually yesterday. We're going to offset it for a beautiful weekend and let's go. All right, so here we are. It is November 1st at the time I'm recording this, and the big theme has been the Scorpio energy. Now, the Scorpio is all about what has been hidden actually coming forward and coming out and being revealed. So in your own life, a lot of things maybe that on the surface you've got questions with, you're not sure of, you're trying to unpack, you're trying to discover who you are, what you want to do, what you want to create. This is a time where if we trust these potent energies and we begin to dive deeper, we can get some big answers. We can magnify the energy portal of this time and really experience deep truth. And that's the benefit of the Scorpio energy, because what's being hidden and what's been hidden is being revealed. Same way in our own life. Now, the interesting thing that's happening started yesterday, the 31st, is this retrograde. We've got this Mercury retrograde with the Scorpio frequencies. Now, for a lot of people, this can be a time where we start to worry and feel like things aren't going to work out. But remember, Mercury rules over communication. So the energies that are prevalent really are more about communication at the surface level, not being as clear, not being as transparent. So it's the perfect time to actually get the communication deep within as clear and transparent as possible. And that's why we're going to do the energy process at the end of this update. Now, we had an amazing week at U Wealth Revolution. I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in, and the weekend is just getting started. It's going to be even more amazing. We started the week off with a session you're going to want to plug into. It was our Monday session with Kenji Kamara. It was all new. And one of the things Kenji did was literally take, I believe, and many people reported, and later I talked to Kenji and he said, took the energetic frequency, the power of 3 of his activations, if you love Kenji activations, and he combined them into one. It's called Igniting the Fire Within. It was about 20 minutes. It was one of the deepest multidimensional journeys I've ever experienced from Kenji. I blacked out. A lot of people went into other realms. I came back like 3 times. It was profound. It really led to some very big shifts in my own life this week. It was a perfect catalyst for this Scorpio energy, because what he does is helps you to actually ignite these energies that are within you. You create literally a bonfire within your soul spark to bring forward that which has been under the surface. Now remember, with the Scorpio energies, we talked about that which was under the surface coming forward. It's the perfect time to experience that. Take a listen to that. And Kenji also has one-on-one sessions plus an all-new package that brings in some amazing frequencies and potent for this time. Check it out. Now, the next day was just another exciting day. It's incredible, all the stuff going on at U Wealth. We had Jared Hewitt back for a live session, and that replay is down below. You're going to want to check it out because he did something very different. We actually worked on a very specialized harmonizing the journey home frequency. And this is all about a totally different flavor than the first Jared call we did. We really worked on those areas that are keeping you from accessing higher dimensional wisdom. Now remember, with the Scorpio energy, we talked about like going within, but here's the thing that we talked about. We talked about going in and going up with Jared, which for many is a new idea. It's a new paradigm. A lot of people will say, well, go in for the answers, go in and you'll get the truth. But for a lot of us, we're like, well, I've been going in, I've been doing the inner work, but like I'm still in this loop. So if you're in the loop of like, I've peeled the onion, I've gone in, and all I find is like, I'm not getting anywhere. Here's the big misconception, the number one mistake, and we talk about this on Jared's call. You need to go in, I believe, as does Jared, and you need then go up. When you do that, which we show you how on the call, you're going to get unlimited wisdom and connect in to these higher dimensional elements and energies that are now prevalent on the planet. Jared does a fantastic process to help you do that. And I announce a very special class that I'm going to do on 11/11 for anybody that goes deeper into Jared's program. Now, there's a few caveats. First, anybody that's gone deeper from the date of that call prior, you have access to it. It's going to be a Zoom call. We are going to be doing deep clearings to release any agreements, contracts, attachments, accords that could be holding you back from the multidimensional area. And as Jared calls me, the cosmic lawyer or attorney, which I'm not sure that I am, but I will be doing some very powerful work to reaffirm your sovereignty so you can go as high as possible with Jared. And it's going to be very, very, very deep. I already have the list of the work we're going to do. You will never experience anything like this, or probably have never experienced anything like this, because it's never been brought forward in this way. It's going to be amazing. Now, there are only 100 spaces that we had at the time of the call. There's something like maybe 45 left. So it is a limited number bonus that you may definitely want to tune into. If it is still on Jared's special page at uwealthrevolution.com/Jared18, then it's there. So grab it. We have limited availability on the Zoom call. We're going to utilize the portal. We're going to magnify everything. And this has been one of the most exciting Journey Homes with Jared's and November calls and opportunities we've ever done. So check that one out. Now, on Wednesday, I had kind of a crazy idea. I was like, look, it is Halloween time. We're getting a lot of cool energies. We're going to be moving into November, and we're going to start to really feel some great energy. So I told my team, let's do something we've never done before. Let's do a double header on Wednesday. And that's what we did. We had Jimmy Mack come back on, and we had Tamara Oviatt in the evening. And the coolest thing about these sessions was that we did some big, deep energy work. Now you might say, well, Darius, that was great. Halloween passed. Are those still going to be powerful? Well, we use the energy portal. Now, many of you know that the veils start to thin around Halloween. So we use those frequencies to really make that imprint into the higher dimensional realms and that portal available and open on the recordings for everybody. So that was incredibly powerful as those energies started coming in. Jimmy Mack shows you how to actually fish, which is what I'm doing with my finger right now. You can learn all about it. I've been doing this over the last week. Very profound. Like, for example, I went to bed last night. Our dog woke us up. I couldn't go back to sleep. And I started having all these thoughts racing through my mind. So what I learned from Jimmy Mack was this very powerful thing that he downloaded in a near-death experience called the fish. So what did I do? I took my finger like this on the mattress as I was laying down, and I fished the lower dimensional energies and took them out. Fished the lower dimensional energies, took them out. Lower dimensional energies, took them out. And I went right to sleep. Incredible. You're going to learn how to do it. We explain it. We show you where to see what it looks like. You can start doing that right now this weekend, and I would highly recommend it. We also had Tamara Oviatt with us. Now, that was an incredible session. She shared something very powerful that she's never shared in that way before, and really with a group. So a big announcement from Tamara. We also really talked about this idea of frozen timelines. There are a lot of us that we've been down a path. We've been living a certain life, and we know it doesn't fit anymore. You know, kind of like a shirt that we've been wearing too long, and it's starting to just feel stale and maybe sticky and doesn't smell so good. And we're like, I want to change. I don't want to always be seen like this. I want a new life. I want a new way to experience reality. And if you've ever felt that way, or you just feel stuck, you're going to love this call, because there's something called frozen timelines. Tamara's been downloading this where we can get frozen into different timelines, and then we can't actually jump to the other one, even though that timeline of the abundant, beautiful, deeply soul-fulfilled life is available. We're in a frozen timeline. Tamara's going to move us out of that. So again, another big session. We don't do anything here that's like, oh yeah, that was an average call. I mean, every call we are just like, bring the best and the deepest truth that you are discovering, and that's what our guests do. So they're all like, you want to hear them all. They're amazing. All right, so then, as if that wasn't enough, we had Peg Rose on Thursday, which was Halloween, and we also did a a very special private replay of a call, a special replay of a private call that we did with Karen Khan, where only about 100 people were allowed access. So there are 2 new sessions there you want to check out that you probably haven't heard before. Now, Peg's was 100% new. She came on live. We talked about this really powerful thing called the Divine Source Timeline. This is the timeline that the entire planet is moving on. And there are people right now who are climbing on this timeline. And what's happening is they are getting a miraculous shift of energy, of possibility, of abundance, of goodness. It's literally like this beautiful train that is going to 5D. We want to get on that Divine Source Timeline. Now, what keeps you from that? Well, if you were trying to get on the train and someone was blocking the road, or someone was telling you, hey, don't go out today, you're going to get a flat tire, or you're not good enough to get on the Divine Source Timeline, or you're not able to, or somebody was making your car not start, you couldn't get to this train station. Well, the Divine Source Timeline is really like this higher dimensional pattern and frequency that a lot of us are now plugging into. And what keeps us there? Well, a lot of things. We can have energy siphons that drain our energy. We can be in a home where there's a ley line or a grid line, or maybe a traumatic event happened, or maybe a city that's got a very collective, negative-based energy grid, and we can't perceive that Divine Source Timeline. But deep in our spirit, in who we are, we know that that's for us. And if you feel like you're stuck and you can't get to that Divine Source Timeline, to that place where you are really able to thrive and be everything that you're meant to be, there could be something holding you back. So Peg goes in and removes those. We do an affirming your sovereignty activation that was one of the most powerful I've ever felt. It's amazing. And it's very keyed in on what I believe is really important in our time of affirming our sovereignty, so that we use universal law to free ourselves from anything holding us back. So we do that with Peg. You're going to experience it. Simply amazing. I highly recommend that call. And Karen Khan, we download the template of joy and bliss. Plus, we do a bunch of clearings. Now, this was a very special, as I said, limited engagement call that we did. We are now rebroadcasting it to everyone because it was so powerful, and you are going to get to download the blueprint of joy and bliss. And I asked Karen, I said, why is that important? She said, well, in addition to letting go of energies that don't serve us, some people do not have that download fully activated. She activated it on the call. So if you've been feeling like, I haven't felt joy or bliss in a while, take a listen to that. Plus, we've got a lot of other specials down below. I know it's a long video. This was a blockbuster week. My philosophy is always give, and just keep giving the love and light, because the more that we share this, the more we can put into a week. It is about bringing more light to this grid and more love to the world. And I want to do that. Let me do a quick search to make sure, see if I've got a pendulum. And I do. So we're going to do a communication activation to help you to have more deep communication during this retrograde with your inner being, with your heart energy, and with who you are. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to get started. And what I want to do is, we're in retrograde. A lot of times people feel like, well, communication isn't going to be that good. I'm worried about, will I have something bad happen? Let's use and magnify this period to get the clearest inner communication so that you can connect in with the higher dimensional beings. For example, I had Quan Yin communicate with me today, this morning, and I'm creating a connection to that ascended master. So we are going to be able to all do this, I believe, with the right energy, frequency, and focus. I want to help bring that in for you. So take a moment right now and just ground in, which I'm going to do as well. And let's just allow anything that is not of our highest light, not of our highest truth, just to begin to release. And I'm going to ask right now that the guides work with us on this very special activation and see what's going to happen. All right, we're getting a yes. They do want to work with us, and that's why it's going in that direction. And can we begin right now, guides, angels, and masters, to release anything or any frequency or any belief that is keeping our listeners, our watchers of this video, whenever they may appear, to really connect in to their inner truth this special time period that we are talking about here. So we want to let go of anything holding people back from making that connection. Can we do that? And can we begin now? So we got the yes on can we do it. So now we're going to begin now. All right, let me start it again because someone's going to say, oh, you moved it. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm just going to let it go. Now you can see it's starting to spin, and go in this counterclockwise. Now for me, that's the clearing. That's the clearing direction. It's starting to go. And we're just going to let it keep running. And as it does, I want you just to focus in right now on that heart connection. I want you to focus in on that thing that you want to get, that idea, that answer, that connection point with something higher and divine. And the message that I've been getting all morning that I'm going to share with you in this vortex from Quan Yin is that we do not need to worry about the 3D reality. We need to focus on the 5D reality of the world that we wish to live in, the things we wish to manifest as done, as obtained, as already happened. Now then I asked Quan Yin, I said, well, yeah, well, then what do we do right now with our time? Quan Yin, we do not need to sit still. Just as you would walk to get to a destination, you perform the tasks that you have at your disposal to reach whatever objective you want and just begin to walk. So we step, we walk, we do the things, we write the poetry, write the book, we go meditate, we make the phone call, we connect in with that loved one. We do the steps that Spirit is guiding us to do, but we do not worry about the 3D reality. We only hold the frequency of the 5D reality of that end objective 100% done. So anything you want to experience in your life, hold the perspective of it done, and then follow the guidance from the vision of that endpoint, and then just take action daily. Walk the walk. Feel with your heart. Let it guide the direction. Don't let the 3D energies of whether it's manifesting right now or not affect you. Keep moving forward, following the heart, and making adjustments as you go. And in this heart space that we just opened up, you are going to find that whatever you want to do becomes very, very easy. All right, it looks like we are slowly getting done now. It's just going forward and back. You see that? And we have done a clearing to open up the heart space, and Quan Yin came in. So share that with people. Share this with everyone. Share the sessions. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I know it's a little bit longer, but it's important during this time, especially with retrograde, to open the communication and the veil within. Happy November 1st. Much love and light. We'll see you on the weekend sessions. I know you're going to plug into the beautiful energy and connect with me spiritually in that divine place, sending you off in love, light, blessings, and letting you know that I love you very much, and I appreciate you letting us make this show possible. Take care, everyone. I love you.